All right, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome now to the amazing number 90 Roslyn Street here in the heart of Burwood. By way of introduction, G Chen is my name. The team of Rayway Burwood is at your service every step of the way, especially your selling agent, Hans, Neil, Alan, Winston, the whole team of Rayway Burwood, the absolute A-team of Burwood area, the #1 agency in your suburb. We are here at your service. If you've got any questions regarding this property at all, just make yourself known and reach out to whatever agent's here today. Well, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the team of Rayway Burwood, we would like to thank our vendors very, very much for entrusting Rayway Burwood to sell their most beloved family home. And to you, the lucky buyer, I would like to say congratulations in advance. All the best luck with your bidding endeavours here today. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the property we're selling today is formally known as the Certificate of Title Reference Volume 8545, Folio 312, with all the improvements also novated to you and myself, the mailman, as the one and only 90 Roslyn Street here in the heart of Burwood. Today's auction, ladies and gentlemen, will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions that were made available for inspection before the start of the auction. The auction rules prohibits false bids, prohibits major disruptions by bidders, prohibits bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding, and it does provide a fine for such a conduct. The auction rules permit vendor bids. The words I'll use to indicate that I'm making a bid on behalf of the vendor are simply vendor bid, and by law, only I as the auctioneer can place a vendor bid. The vendors have reserved price as the auctioneer are willing to keep bidders on request, and most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, the auction rules prevent the auctioneer from accepting a bid or an offer after the property's been knocked out like so to the successful bidder. So once the property goes selling and sold, the property will be deemed as sold. And I'll take absolutely no late bids at all, ladies and gentlemen. So please be advised, be strong, be loud, be quick, and most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, if you've got an upper limit, make sure you reach it and beyond. If you've got only one golden opportunity for this fine piece of real estate for many decades of your enjoyment. Today we're signing cash, an unconditional contract. There will be no cooling off period and no bias conditions. And the successful purchaser's obligations are simply twofold. Firstly, you'll pay a humble 10% deposit, and secondly, the remaining balance will be payable at a settlement term, Neil.
30 to 90 days.
30, 60, 90 days. Nice and easy, ladies and gentlemen. We'll make it flexible for you. So if you've got any arrangements, of course, regarding any longer or shorter settlement terms, we will be accommodated to that as long as it's been agreed before the auction starts. By being here today, ladies and gentlemen, you deemed to read and understood all the relevant documentations on display in the past 4 weeks and 30 minutes time, and I'll simply take your silence as an all clear, and we're all good to go. If you've got any questions, I'll send one of our agents to help you out. Fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let's take a look at your future home, ladies and gentlemen. 90 Roslyn Street here in the heart of Burwood. It's a designer's house. It's one of a kind, ladies and gentlemen. Established in the early 70s, late 60s. One of the first modern homes that this area has ever seen. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, this floor plan here is second to none. It's not falling behind, it's still a vanguard. It's still a very nicely designed, very nicely laid out property, ladies and gentlemen. From the front to the back, from sidewalls to sidewalls, from inside and out buyers, there's nothing left in your imagination. The manicure garden, the very private front yard, the nice walkway. The moment you step into the front yard, it's a different world. It's an oasis. It's a family's retreat. It's a haven, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, buyers, when you step into the formal lounge, the 4-meter cathedral ceiling, the back living area, the 4 generous bedrooms, the study, the easy, carefree backyard. Ladies and gentlemen, you know you found it. This is it. This is the one that combines all of the character, all of the sizes, all of the desires, every factor that defines a perfect home is right here, ladies and gentlemen. And also buyers, this location is second to none. You're close to the PLC, you're in the PLC pocket. This is the best pocket that Burwood has to offer you. Walking distance to the school buyers. And also you're sharing all the amenities as Camberwell, Glen Iris, Ashburton, so on and so forth. The old Burwood station is just about 2.5 minutes drive from here, and the new Burwood station is being established along McComas Grove, along Burwood Highway. You can walk there, but of course, it's not too close. That creates traffic and noise, buyers. And also, Roslyn Street is one of the most renowned streets in this area. You have the school, you have the park right at the end of it, the water park, the golf club, the schools, all of the amenities. They're all top notch. This location is just simply perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, we see so many familiar faces in the crowd. I believe Hans, Neil, and the rest of the Rayway Burwood's team have personally served each and every single one of you in the course of the campaign. And I know, ladies and gentlemen, some of you have been looking for months or even years. You've been missing out in auctions. This is probably the perfect market to purchase into. With the interest rate going down, buyers, this is the start of something new, ladies and gentlemen. So our mission is very simple, is to find out who will be the next owner of this amazing 90 Roslyn Street Burwood in the next few decades to come. Enough said on my end, ladies and gentlemen. I call for an open bid, open an offer to get the auction underway. Who would like to start? Just name your price, ladies and gentlemen, in your hands. It's nice and hot today. Bit of bid and get it out of the way. What do you say, ladies and gentlemen? By the way, we have a very sensible reserve price set today. We are definitely here to sell. You'll be amazed how sensible the reserve price will be, ladies and gentlemen. Just bid, carefree, ladies and gentlemen. Should I suggest maybe somewhere around 1.5 to start with, or 1.55? Sorry, 1.5? 1,500,000, quickly off the mark now. Standing in the shade, $1.5 million. Where's the bottle one? From Ellen, thank you very much. 1.5. 1.5. How about 1.55? I take 50,000 on the rise. At 1,500,000 now. At $1.5 million. At $1,500,000. At $1,500,000 with the ladies and the gentlemen with punts. At $1.5 million, taking 50,000 at 25,000, if that makes it easier for you. At $1,500,000, I call 3 times. What's now? 1,500,000. Second opportunity, $1,500,000. This should
25.
What was that again?
25.
1.5 and 25. Back at you, sir. Hans, ma'am, sir, need to know. 1,525,000. 1.55 can I say? 1,525,000 now. Have 1,525,000. Have $1,525,000 with Neil. 1.5 and 25. 1.5 and 25. There should be a wave of hands. Surely there's more, ladies and gentlemen. Have $1,525,000. Your competitors have bid another $25,000. I'll extend the same courtesy to you, sir. Ma'am, Hans, need to know, 25,000. Surely, absolutely, there's more value there, ladies and gentlemen, on a very generous 704 square meters of land. Have 1,525,000. A call 3 times again. What's now? 1.5 and 25. Twice now. 1.5 and 25. For the third, the final call. Oh!
155.
155. Thank you. Was that again from you, sir? 155. Thank you. Back to you now. Against you. 1.5 and 50,000. $1,550,000. Crossing your arms, pounding your feet like a game of chess. I love your strategy. 1.5 and $50,000. Back at you now. 25,000. A call 25. I seek 1,550,000. Have $1,550,000. Getting really nice and close. 1.5 and 50,000. How about 75? How about 75? Need to know. 1,550,000 now. At 1.5 and 50,000. At $1,550,000 with the family
15.
next to the walls. 1.5 and
15.
15. How about 20? How about 20? 20. 157. How about 1.6? 157 now. Give me 1.6, a strong bid, a knockout bid of 1.5 and 70,000. At 1,570,000 now. Or another 20,000 or 30. 20 or 30. 159. 159. Of 1,590,000. Of 1,590,000 now. 1.6. 1.6. 1.6. 1.62. How about 1.62? We'll show your strength. 1.65. How about it? What was the bid? 1.62. 1.62. 1.62. 1,620,000. Of 1,620,000 now. How about 40 or 30? 40 or 30? Of 1,620,000. Of 1,620,000. 20. 1.64. 1.64. How about 1.66? We're 1.64 now. We're 1.64. Of 1,640,000. 1.65. We're on the market, ladies and gentlemen. We're on the market, ladies and gentlemen. We're playing for keeps of 1,650,000. Good to see you back in. The property will be changing hands. Today we will be selling and selling away at 1,650,000 with Hans. It's now or never, ladies and gentlemen. How about this side? 1,650,000, 1.6 and 70,000 now. At $1,670,000. Now we're talking business now with Neil. 1.6 and 70,000. You guys been quiet for a while. How about 10 or 20,000? 1.6 and 70,000. At 1,670,000. 1.7. Even better. At 1,700,000 now. Have 1,700,000. 1.7 to 10,000. 1.71. 1.71. Waiting for the opportunity. Pouncing out. I love your strategy of bidding. $1,710,000. How about 20? Should I see a 20,000 anywhere? 1,670,000 at 20. $1,720,000. How about
725.
725.
730 here.
730 here. 730. 173. 173. 1,730. 1,730 of $1,730,000. A quick auction going all the way from 1.5 to 1.7 and $30,000. If you're thinking about selling, guys, to go for the number one agency in this area. We're Ray White Burwood. We're looking forward to having a conversation with you and tell you how we can maximize the value of your property at $1,730,000. What's now? 1.7 and 30,000. Second opportunity at $1,730,000. 10.
1.75.
75. 75. 75. We've got 6 bidders here. 1.7 to 50,000.
70.
1.77. 1.77. 20,000 on the rise. Good bid. 1.7 to 70,000. At $1,770,000 now. At $1,770,000. At 1.7 to 70,000. How about 1.8? How about 1.8? Neat one.
1.78.
1,780,000. 1.8. How about 1,800,000? Bang! Take a look at that. Good strong bid. I love that. 1,800,000. At 1,800,000 now. At $1,800,000. At 1.8. At 1.8. At 1.8. At 1.8. Clock is ticking. Instructions. Winston. Sir. Ma'am. Need to know. We'll be knocking it down. $1,800,000. What's now?
81.
810. 1,810. 810. 830. 1.8. 83. 1.83. 1,830. 1,830,000. 1.83. We're at 1.83 now. Need to know. 1.83. At 1.83.
840.
840. 40. 60. Is that 60? 60. 1.86. At $1,860,000. With Neil. 1.86. Of $1,860,000. Of $1,860,000. I call 3 times and I sell. $1,860,000. Here he goes, ladies and gentlemen. I'll count 3 times. Then on my last count, I'll be knocking it down. What's now? $1,860,000. Twice now. $1,860,000. For the third, the final call. All done. All finished. All silent. Sell. The key's now going that way. Selling now, ladies and gentlemen. If you're sure, I'm sure. Winston, what do you say? Maybe 5,000 or 1,000 even?
5,000.
Oh, 5,000. 1.8 and 65. 65. 1.8 and 65. You were bidding strong, sir. Don't want to miss out of this stage. Don't want to miss out. Don't want to miss out of this stage by $5,000. 1.8 and 65. The key's now going back at your way. $1,865,000 now. At $1,865,000. At 1.8 and $65,000. At $1,865,000. Are you sure? No more interest. Try another 5,000 or 10. Try another 5,000. How about it? 1.8 and 65. At 1.8 and 65. Bear with us, man. We'll be happy to knock it down after I make sure that there's no more bids left. At $1,865,000. I'll count 3 times and I'll sell. Once. 1,865. Twice. 1,865. How many thousand?
3,000.
3,000. 3,000 more. 1,868. 1,868. At 1,868. At $1,868,000. At $1,868,000 now.
870.
870. 75. Or 88. 1.870. We're at 1.870,000 now. We're at 1.870,000. 1.870. We take any increments from here onwards. 5,000, 3,000, any increments. 1.870,000 now. I will be knocking it down. I will be knocking it down. 2,000. 72. We're at 72 now. 72. 72. How about 75? Or 80? We're at 72 now. That should give you confidence. We have countless number of bidders.
3,000.
3,000. 75. 75. 1.8 and 75. 1.875. That should give you confidence. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 groups of bidders. That should give you confidence. It's a beautiful property in the marketplace. You won't be able to find the equals of this property again.
76.
76. 1.876. At 1.8 and 76.
1,000.
77. 77. Down in 1,000s. I like that. 1.877. 1.877.
1,000.
78. How about 79, guys? We're 78. We're 78.
1,000.
79. 188. Let's go for 188. Yes. 188. Another 1,000. 188. How about it? Are you happy to miss out? 1,879,000. I'll count 3 times and I'll sell, ladies and gentlemen. Once now, 1,879. Second opportunity, 1,879. Third, the final call. I'll sell. I'll knock it down. It's pretty hot. I'll knock it down. Selling. $1,879,000 selling. Once the knockdown, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give a big round of applause to our winners for the hard-earned victory.
188.
188. 188. You're almost missed out. Better be quick. 188. 85, boss? Or 81? I recommend 85. You've got to get there anyways. 81. Still money. 81. 81 here. 1,881,000 dollars. Of 1,881,000 now. 1,881,000 dollars straight in front. 1,881. Instructions, guys. Hans, Ellen, come on, quickly now. 1,881. $1,881,000. They're shaking their heads, by the way, just so you know. You may have beaten your competition again and again. Congratulations in advance. Such a hard-earned victory. This is a property to keep. This is a true keeper, ladies and gentlemen. $1,881,000. I'll knock it down, ladies and gentlemen. If you need business, we do too. Once. 1,881. Twice. 1,881. Third. The final call. All done. Silent finish. Selling. $1,885. Thank you. Welcome back, by the way. $1,885. $1,885. $1,885,000. They're back now. The family strikes back again.
1,000.
86. 86. Such a hated competition. What do you say, guys? A quick rebuttal. Straight back. 1,886. At 1,886,000 now. At 1,886. At $1,886,000. $1,886,000. $1,886,000. Are you out? In or out? In or out?
87.
87. How about 90? Neil, how about 90? Let's go for 90,000. You may potentially end the auction.
1,000.
1,000.
88.
88. Another 1,000. How about 89 or 90? 89. 89. 89. 1,889. 1,889. 1,000. 1,889. 1,890,000 now. 1,890,000. I have to reiterate, this is a rare product in the marketplace. I cannot commend this property enough, ladies and gentlemen. Once this one is gone, we do not have another 90 Roslyn Street in Burwood to offer you anymore on our books. None. When it's gone, it's gone. When it's gone, it's gone. 189. I'll count 3 times and I'll sell, ladies and gentlemen. How about it? 1.89. Once now. Second opportunity. Third and final call. All done. Silent finish. 1.89. Selling. No better bids or offers. We are selling. $1,890,000, ladies and gentlemen. I will be knocking. $91,000. I will be knocking it down, buyers. $1,891,000 selling. Selling. Are you out, guys? I will be knocking it down. I will be knocking it down, Ellen. Quickly now. Quickly now. If you're out, give me your confirmation. Tell me you're out. Please, tell me you're out. 1,891. 1,891. At $1,891,000. At $1,891,000 now. Bear with us, guys. You're getting really close. $1,891,000. Ellen, are you out? Are we out? Are we out? 1.891, 92, 92, 95, how about it?
1,000.
93, 93, 93, 1.8 and 93,000. 1.8 and 93,000 now. At 1.8 and 93,000. At 1.8 and $93,000. We're having a conversation again. Bear with us. 1,893,000. At $1,893,000. I'll count 3 times and I'll sell again, ladies and gentlemen. This time around, if you mean business, are you out, guys? You're out. Thank you. We'll see you next week. At $1,893,000, we are selling once now, twice, third and final call. Done. Silent. Finished. Going. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for their hard-earned victory. Ladies and 1893. 1893. 1893. We won't be knocking it down. Hans, 3, 2, 1.
1,000.
1,000.
95. 95. 95. 95. Just down to the last 2 bidders.
1,000.
96. 96.
1,000.
97. 97 now. 97. 98. How about it? 97. 1897. At 1897,000. At 1897. At 1897. Guys, no time for calculations. Let's just bid or tell me you're out. 1897. In or out, Hans? In or out? Let me know. In or out? In or out? 1897. In or out? Okay, I will be knocking it down. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Burwood, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together. We are sold. Congratulations. Commiserations to our underbidders. Thank you very much for attending another Ray White Burwood auction. If you're thinking about selling, go for our agents in Ray White Burwood. Neil, Alan, Hans, Winston. I'm looking forward to having a conversation with you. Thank you. Have a lovely, lovely weekend. Go back.